Of course, Caitlin Clark's out. Uh, Odyssey Sims, probable. Uh, and it looks like Nafisi Collier is actually going to, I think, play tonight. So there's that. Now, let's get to the good stuff. Chloe Peterson, Caitlin Clark is participating in shoot around this morning, going through warm ups, then some non contact drills with the second team. She hasn't officially returned to practice.
The Indiana Fever organization has faced criticism for their apparent lack of social media engagement following the release of Caitlin Clark's official Nike logo. This oversight has sparked debate about the team's support for their star player. Nike officially unveiled Clark's signature logo design, which features interlocking letters that bear resemblance to luxury fashion brand aesthetics. The design has drawn comparisons to high-end designer logos, particularly those used by premium fashion houses, suggesting Nike may be positioning Clark's brand in the luxury athletic market segment. The logo itself presents a sophisticated appearance that deviates from traditional sports branding. Rather than conveying typical athletic imagery, the design evokes upscale fashion sensibilities, potentially indicating a strategic move toward premium positioning similar to luxury athletic collaborations seen in the fashion industry.
I'm told, but this is her first time working with the team since her injury. My question would be, since which injury? I think that's worth asking. Which injury are we talking about? The ankle injury or the groin injury? I don't know. Inquiring minds want to know, but there is a lot of fans reacting to this, by the way. So let's check it out right here.
However, the primary concern centers around the Indiana Fever's social media response, or lack thereof. While Clark herself shared the logo announcement on her personal social media accounts, the team's official channels remain notably silent on the matter. This absence has been particularly striking given the significance of the milestone for their franchise player. Social media analysis reveals that various individuals connected to the basketball community, including analysts and commentators, promptly shared and celebrated the logo release. Media personalities and sports figures across the industry acknowledged the announcement, making the Fever's silence more conspicuous by comparison. One notable exception within the Fever organization was executive Amber Cox, who did acknowledge the logo release with a brief supportive message.
So let's check it out right here. There she is right there, of course. Yep. Excellent. Let me just turn this down because I'm not trying to get a copyright strike over Lil Wayne. I am not. As much as that does jam, yes, 6 foot, 7 foot, that jams. Let's take a look at this. And there we go. Okay, and they're throwing the ball around.
This isolated response from a front office member highlights the contrast with the team's official accounts in action. The timing of this oversight has raised questions about organizational priorities and communication strategies. The logo release represents a significant commercial milestone for Clark, marking her transition to signature athlete status with Nike after an extended waiting period that had become a talking point among fans and media. Historical context suggests the Fever organization typically maintains active social media engagement and promptly acknowledges player achievements and milestones. Their standard operating procedure includes regular posts about team activities, player features, and organizational news, making this particular omission more notable. The situation has generated discussion about the team's relationship with their star player and their commitment to supporting her individual brand development.
There we go. Okay, and they're throwing the ball around. Stephanie White, once again, the onlooker. No, is Caitlin Clark going to take a shot? Nope. Okay. So it is a good sign, I think. I think it is a good sign. So let's check this out. This is the schedule. 6 p.m. tonight, the Lynx. Yikes. All right. Guys, we're in must-win territory right now for the playoff.
Critics have pointed to this incident as evidence of potential organizational issues, while others suggest it may simply represent an administrative oversight. Comparative analysis shows that when other players on the roster have achieved endorsement milestones or received brand recognition, the team has generally provided appropriate acknowledgement through their official channels. This pattern makes the current situation appear even more unusual. The logo design has received generally positive reception from basketball fans and branding experts, with many appreciating its clean, sophisticated aesthetic. The luxury brand positioning represents a departure from traditional athletic branding approaches and suggests confidence in Clark's marketability beyond sports audiences. Industry observers note that the delay in Clark receiving signature status had become a contentious topic, with fans and commentators frequently questioning Nike's timeline.
For the playoffs, we are in must win. The Storm, got to be Tuesday night. I don't think so on this either. However, 4 days later, basically 6 days from now, against the Sparks, and this is a big game because the Sparks are right there with us on in the playoff race, and they hold tiebreakers. By the way,
the eventual logo release resolves this ongoing narrative while creating new discussion points about brand positioning and organizational support. Yo is yourself thirsts as a blade dis of days, but the social media controversy highlights the importance of coordinated marketing efforts between teams and their star players. In an era where digital engagement drives fan interaction and brand visibility, organizational responses to player achievements carry increased significance. Marketing professionals emphasize that team support for individual player branding typically benefits both parties, creating synergistic promotional opportunities. The absence of such support can create missed opportunities for enhanced visibility and fan engagement. The design elements of the logo continue to generate discussion, with the luxury aesthetic approach representing a potentially innovative direction for athletic branding.
So did the Valkyrie. All right, we do have one win. I believe it's one win over the Mercury. And then we've got a Sky team that we should beat, a Mystics team that we should beat, but you can't. I mean, who knows? I think they beat us in the last game. And then we close out the regular season with the Lynx. We're not making the playoffs without Caitlin Clark. There. Yeah, I said it. We're not making the playoffs without Caitlin Clark. I don't.
This positioning could open new market segments and attract audiences beyond traditional sports consumers. Resolution of the social media situation remains pending, with observers watching to see whether the organization will address the oversight or provide retroactive acknowledgement of Clark's milestone achievement. The broader implications extend beyond this single incident, touching on themes of player-organization relationships, marketing coordination, and the evolving landscape of athlete branding in professional basketball. These elements combine to make the situation a case study in modern sports marketing dynamics. Fan reactions have been mixed, with some expressing disappointment in the organization, while others maintain that the oversight may be overblown. This division reflects broader debates about organizational expectations and player support in professional athletics.
Playoffs without Caitlin Clark. I don't think. All right? And it's these two games that are the big pivot games. Sparks, Valkyries. That game right there, that Friday night game, I have a feeling that she might actually return for that game. That's a 9 o'clock game. Damn it. God, I hate those late games. That's a 9 o'clock game. That'll be, at least it's Friday evening.
The luxury positioning of Clark's brand represents a significant development in WNBA marketing, potentially setting precedents for how other players and organizations approach commercial partnerships. The sophisticated design aesthetic suggests confidence in premium market positioning. Overall, the situation encapsulates multiple aspects of modern sports marketing, from organizational communication strategies to individual player branding and the intersection of luxury fashion with athletic endorsements. Recent developments suggest significant progress toward Caitlin Clark's potential comeback to active competition. Video evidence shows meaningful advancement in her recovery process, indicating possible participation in upcoming contests. Current injury reports reveal extensive absences across the Indiana roster.
9 o'clock game. That'll be, at least it's Friday evening, but it is the night before the start of college football, for me anyway, since I'm covering all the above. It's a good sign. It is. I mean, seeing her out there, little passing the ball around, doing some calisthenics, getting the juices flowing. Mm. I know a lot of you are like, why come back? Why come back? Well, look,
Chloe Bibby remains unavailable due to left knee complications. Clark continues her recovery period while Odyssey Sims carries probable status for evening competition. Nafisa Collier appears ready for game action despite previous concerns. Breaking news from Floyd Peterson confirms Clark's participation in morning prep.
Logo. I'm just saying that's the only thing that kind of like it very much mirrors the Gucci logo. I can't even lie. Some of you guys probably don't even know what Gucci is, bruh. But I'm going to show you guys the Gucci logo here shortly. But yeah, man, I feel like her. Wow, I thought she shared it. Okay, here we go. So Caitlin Clark did share it. So this is the Caitlin Clark logo right here. I feel like it's a nice logo. It's super nice. To me, it looked.
Questions arise regarding which specific injury prompted her absence. Two separate issues affected her availability: ankle complications and groin problems. Clarity remains needed about which condition primarily prevented her participation. Fan reactions demonstrate significant enthusiasm following footage release of her court activities. Video shows Clark moving freely during preliminary exercises, engaging in ball handling drills, and maintaining mobility without apparent restrictions. Head coach Stephanie White observed proceedings from sidelines, monitoring Clark's progress throughout the session.
It looked like a designer brand. It don't really give me sports vibe when I see it. I just got to be honest with you. It give me luxury wear. Now, I just wonder, is that the angle they're going to go? Is try to actually have it be a luxury athletic brand. Something like Balenciaga, something like that, or even Gucci in a sense, but it definitely mirrors the Gucci logo. Let me pull up the Gucci logo real quick so you guys can see.
Although Clark refrained from attempting field goals during visible portions, her presence represents encouraging development. Schedule analysis reveals critical upcoming contests that could determine playoff positioning. Tonight's matchup against Minnesota carries substantial importance as Indiana enters must-win territory for postseason qualification. However, Clark's participation appears unlikely for this contest. Tuesday's game against Seattle presents another challenging opportunity, though her involvement remains doubtful given current recovery timeline. The more realistic target emerges 4 days following Tuesday's contest.
You guys can see Gucci logo. Let me see here, because I know I ain't tripping, man. It definitely looked like the Gucci logo, bro. So this is the Gucci logo right here. This is Caitlin.
6 days from current date, Indiana faces Los Angeles in what could prove pivotal for playoff aspirations. This Friday evening game holds particular significance because Los Angeles maintains similar playoff positioning and holds tie-breaking advantages over Indiana. Additional factors complicate Indiana's postseason path. They possess one victory over Phoenix, providing slight leverage in potential playoff scenarios. Remaining schedule includes Chicago and Washington, traditionally manageable opponents, though recent results suggest caution against overconfidence. Washington defeated Indiana in their previous encounter.
This is Caitlin logo. In a sense, they kind of eerie look-alike a little bit. But we gonna move past that, man, and get right down to business. We got to talk about everybody else showing Caitlin Clark love, except for her own damn team. Yes, you guys heard me correctly. And shout out to the person that tweeted this at me, bro. Because had they not tweeted this at me, I never would have known. I never would have known that they failed.
The regular season concludes against Minnesota, creating full-circle narrative possibilities. Without Clark's return, Indiana's playoff chances appear severely diminished. Her absence has created tactical limitations that backup players cannot adequately address. The Friday contest against Los Angeles represents the most logical return date. This 9 p.m. tip-off, despite late scheduling inconvenience, offers optimal timing for her comeback attempt. The game falls on Friday evening, providing weekend recovery time if needed.
I never would have known. I never would have known that they failed to acknowledge Caitlin Clark logo. So instead, the Indiana Fever official account on Twitter has not even retweeted a single thing about Caitlin Clark logo dropping. Not even Caitlin's own tweet about it. If y'all are okay to defend this organization when it comes to her, then that's fine by me. I can't do it. Somebody said the admin is annoying. We need a new one.
College football season beginning coincides with this potential return date, creating additional scheduling considerations for sports coverage and fan attention. Nevertheless, Clark's court presence during practice activities suggests positive momentum toward competition readiness. Her participation involved basic ball movement, conditioning exercises, and mobility work designed to restore game-level fitness. These fundamental activities indicate systematic progression through established rehabilitation protocols. Regarding her potential impact upon return, several games remain before regular season conclusion, allowing adequate time to rediscover competitive rhythm.
It's annoying. We need a new one. No, bro. The admin, it's the reason why they didn't tweet it, bro. Now, I'm finna go check here. We finna go check right now because the admin tweet everything else. They be on the money. I mean, on the money. This admin is broad. She cold. I think it's a woman. She's very, very good at what she do. So this is the Indiana Fever X account right here. The last thing they tweeted was the game Bridgefield House this Tuesday's celebration of mentoring night.
Successful comeback requires multiple contests to achieve optimal performance levels needed for playoff success. With Clark healthy and contributing, Indiana becomes significantly more dangerous. Their core trio gains enhanced effectiveness, though recent performances raise questions about supporting cast consistency. Aaliyah Boston's recent struggles create uncertainty about the traditional Big Three designation. Alternative lineup configurations might feature different player combinations.
House this Tuesday's celebration. A mentoring night presented by something. I ain't finna get into that. And then it's the Natasha Howard. Get to know Natasha Howard. So the only person I seen from this front office, now I could be wrong, is Amber Cox. Let's go to Amber Cox. Amber Cox. She retweeted Caitlin Clark logo. So Amber Cox said, let's go.
Sophie Cunningham's contributions alongside Clark and Kelsey Mitchell could form viable scoring options. Lexi Hull's recent strong performance adds another dimension to potential rotations. The team's playoff viability directly correlates with Clark's return timeline and effectiveness level. Extended absence likely eliminates postseason opportunities, while successful comeback could transform their competitive prospects entirely. Current evidence suggests cautious optimism about her recovery progress.
Caitlin Clark logo. So Amber Cox said, let's go. That was all she said. But for the Indiana Fever, and I'm pretty sure they tweeted Aaliyah Boston stuff with Adidas one time. I'm pretty sure. I'm about 80% sure. But all of the people that be defending this damn team, defending this front office, just like the tweet stated, we can't rock with you, bro. Because it's looking real spooky. This is very concerning.
Practice participation represents meaningful advancement from complete inactivity. However, game readiness requires additional evaluation and medical clearance. Los Angeles represents ideal return opponent given playoff implications and competitive necessity. The contest timing allows proper preparation while addressing urgent postseason positioning needs. Recovery questions persist about specific injury details and complete healing timeline.